I call Ian McKelvey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, it gives me pleasure to take a short call on the Shop Trading Hours Amendment Bill. And before we go any further, Mr Speaker, I take exception really to being told I've been made to do something, and I'm quite sure my mother will back that comment up any time you want her to. I think the nonsense we've heard from the other side of the House today is unbelievable and not worth speaking about any further. Mr Speaker, for me this bill has nothing to do with consumerism, religion or even my personal view. In the Rangitikei electorate we have a large part of it which this bill will probably never apply to and will never be required for. But we do have a piece of our electorate in the north which relies very heavily on the visitor market. And Easter is a time when that part of my electorate is very busy. So whether the Ruapehu District Council ever wish to pick this up and run with it or not is their and their community's opportunity. But in my view, it could well be that part of my electorate will take advantage of this type of opportunity. So, Mr Speaker, that's got nothing to do with what can be bought on Saturday and what can be bought on Sunday. The problem, the challenge that we have as a community is that we have groups of people who move around the world and around New Zealand in ever-increasing numbers, who are in a place when they're in a place and they're here 1 minute and there the next. And for communities to take the opportunity, and for businesses to take the opportunity, and for those local collective communities to take the opportunity to serve those tourists, to create an environment which will bring tourists back into that area, I think is hugely important. This bill gives those people that opportunity. We've heard virtually nothing about this opportunity today, Mr Speaker, and I think it's really important that we do give them this opportunity. And the other thing I've heard a lot of today is how councils will be put out by making this decision. They don't have to make this decision. They don't have to bring this before the council at all. The community will tell the council if they need to bring it before them, and the community and the collective submissions and the consultation period that they all go through to arrive at this decision will decide whether or not that community takes up the opportunity to implement this bill. Mr Speaker, I support this bill. I think it's got some value to some parts of New Zealand and certainly will have some value to the northern part of my electorate should they choose to implement it. I support it, Mr Speaker.
I call